Hello guys, once again welcome to our YouTube channel Edu Hub, and as you know this is part 3 of graphics design, so without wasting time let's get started. Graphic designing part 3.
Everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to see how to render this vector you have animated in the last lessons. You have seen how to animate this city vector. You can do it by yourself. So you have seen how to use a scale, position, and opacity. So in this video, I'm going to show you how to render this vector. Then you can post it on social media. You have to go and download some other vector online on FreePic. There's many vector. You have to go and download it and practice by animating. So there's many way to render this vector. So you have to go on this composition. You have to come here. You can see you have add to Adobe Media Encoder queue and add to render queue. So I'm going to show you how to use all this option, but let's first use this render queue. Click on render queue. Then you have to come on this output. You have to select the where you want to save your file. Then you have to click save. Best setting, you have to come and make sure the quality it is best, resolution full. Then you have to click OK. Lossless format must be in QuickTime. Then audio must be off if you don't have a audio, but if you have a audio in your in the video you want to render, you have to make sure it is on or auto. So I'm going to keep it on off because there is no video in this city vector. So you have to click audio output off. Then you have to click OK. Then you have to click on this render. So now you can see we have rendered. If it is finished, you hear the sound. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how to render by using Adobe Media Encoder. So see you in the next lesson. In the last lesson, I have learned how to render this city vector by using a render queue. So in this lesson, I want to show you how to use Adobe Media Encoder. So you have to come on this composition. Now we are going to choose this Adobe Media Encoder, but you have to make sure you have installed a Adobe Media Encoder in your PC. You have to go on, if you have a Adobe Creative Cloud, you also have this Media Encoder queue. So you have to click on this if you have installed it on your PC. Then you have to wait it to open it will open in the Media Encoder. So let's see when it is coming in this media encoder. It can take some minute. So now you can see it is show up in this media encoder. So I'm going to, you can see I have a different preset like Facebook resolution, Twitter. You have different preset you can use. So I'm going to keep it on this going to keep it. Let me find. Let's choose this match source high bitrate rate. Then it will render this video if it's a resolution that we have edited in After Effects. So I'm going to click this button, blue button, to start a render. So you have to click on this. Then it will start by connecting dynamic link on After Effects after it will render. So now you can see it is rendering. So now a video is finished to render. So I prefer to use a media encoder than using a render queue, because a media encoder have many presets you can use. You can continue to customize your video to make it a small size. You can continue to make a main thing in media encoder than a render queue. So in the next lesson, I'm going to show you how to render GIF. So I see in the next lesson. So now you have learned how to render a media encoder in media encoder and in render queue. So I'm going to show you how to render the GIF. So GIF is the like image, a animated image. So you have to use it if you want to like to post on some website. There is some website you can post a GIF. So I'm going to search this on this GIF. Let's search on this preset browser in media encoder GIF. So now you can see you have this two preset: animated GIF, match source, and GIF sequence. You have to choose this animated GIF match source, and you have to take it and drag it on this city vector you have added in the media encoder. Now you can see you have this animated GIF preset. So I'm going to click on this blue and it will render the GIF. So now we have rendered the GIF. So I see in the next lessons. If you want to come back in this video, I'm going to learn how to work with shapes, animated shapes. So let's start by creating new composition. Click new composition. Let's call it working with shapes. Working with shapes. So width must be 1920, 1080, 1920, height 1080. As always, a resolution must be in full. A frame rate, let's keep it on 24, or you can choose a 30 if you want. Let's try 30. Duration, let's keep it on 5 seconds. Background black, then you have to click OK. So let's click on this fit. So now you can see we have our composition. We are going to create a background. Let's create a new solid background. Let's call it BG and click OK. Then let's unlock it. So now after we have our background, I'm going to show you how to use how to work with shapes. So you can see you have a different shape here, rectangle. You can choose the different shape by hitting a Q on your keyboard. You can see you have a rounded rectangle, a ellipse tool, polygon tool, a star tool, rectangle. So you can even create the shapes by using pen tool, like this one. You have to select it. You can choose it if it must have fill or stroke only. So let me show you how to draw the shape by using a pen tool. So I'm going to draw the rectangle. So let me choose the proportion grid. It will help you to know where you have to click to create shapes. To create one here, one click once on this point. Click once on this point. So my mouse is not in good position, so let me click once here and another once, then you have to close it here. So now you can see you have a draw, you have our shape. You have this rectangle with a stroke only. So this is how you can draw the shapes by using the pen tool. So let me show you how to draw the other shape and animate it by using pen tool. So I'm going to delete this shape. We have animated first. Then I have to draw another shape by using pen tool. So I have to click on pen tool, stroke, it is continue. Let's make it a little bit small, like a 12. I'm going to draw something like this. Then I have to click on selection tool, so now you can see that the shapes of a drawn. It is not perfect, but it is simple. So let me see how you can make this a rounded corner, if it can help. Shape, can see you have a shape, stroke. Let's choose a rounded cap. Don't have rounded cap because this shape it is a. So I'm going to add the trim path. So the trim path, we are going to be looking on all these different way you can animate the shapes. Let's start by using trim path. So on trim path, you can see you have a start, end, and offset. So if you click on start, you can see how it is going. It is on start. When you click on end, like this, so you can animate by using this end and start. So I'm going to I'm going to add the keyframe like here. When we go on this 20 frame, I have to click another keyframe 100%. I have to come back on this. Now you can see you have this animated shape, simple animated shape. You can draw the shape you want and animate it in After Effects by using a pen tool. So let me show you other way you can make this shape look more credible. So I'm going to add keyframe right here, add a keyframe. Then you have to go about 100%. Now if we put this, you can see there is no animation here because all this is lined up in the same position. So I'm going to select this top keyframe on start. I have to put it like here. Let's see. So now you can see the shape we have drawn, we have animated, how it is looking. It is looking good. You can even continue to make it a easy ease, a keyframe assistance, easy ease. Let's see. Let's make it. I'm going to select the first the first one, and in graph editor I want to make it like this. Then other one, I also want to make it like this using graph editor. So let's hit preview. So now you can see, you can continue to control the speed of this shape. You can use a graph editor to control the speed. So this is how you can make a different shape by using a pen tool. You have to draw the shape you want by using pen tool. You can draw rectangle, this shape, lines, and other things. So in the lessons, upcoming lesson, we're going to be learning by working with different projects. You learn how to use this pen tool a lot. So let me go on the graph editor again. Let me select this top one, the first. Going to undo. Then I have to make it like this. So I want to show you how you can control the speed of this shapes. Undo. Then you have to make it like this. So this is how you can use a pen tool to make these shapes. to draw the different shape you want. I want to show you the example of this shape I've drawn, but in the next lesson we're going to continue to learn how to use different shapes like a ellipse tool, a rectangle, and other shapes to animate. So I see in the next lesson. Everyone, welcome back. In this lesson we're going to continue to learn how to work with shapes. So I'm going to duplicate this composition I've created in the last lesson. Control D to duplicate. Then on this one I have to remove this shape. I'm going to draw a ellipse tool. So let's hit on Q on a keyboard to find ellipse tool. This one, by holding, I need to have color, stroke, none. So I'm going to find another color like this one. So I'm going to draw the perfect cycle by hitting shift on your keyboard. You can draw the perfect cycle like this one. So now you can see our cycle. So I have to align it on the center line, horizontal and vertical. So now you can see we have this ellipse tool. So you can make a main thing by using a ellipse tool. You can animate a like scale. So let me start by using a scale. So I'm going to, you know how to use scale. So let's click on S on your keyboard. I'm going to add keyframe right here. Then add a keyframe, go about 0. So now you can see nothing. A keyframe assistance, easy ease. Let me keep it close like this. So now you can see this is scaling from on this side where the anchor point it is. I need to add it in the center, this anchor point in the center. I'm going to select this tool. Then I have to select this anchor point by hitting Ctrl. You can place it in the center. So let's see how it is. Now you can see it is coming from the center. So you can make a main thing with a cycle. So I'm going to double this cycle into 3 times. Ctrl D, duplicate. Then I have to align it in. I have to align it. I'm going to change the color first. I have to select this selection tool, align it like this. Then I have to change the color on each one. On first, on this side, I'm going to choose the lead one. This lead one. Then on this second, I have to choose like white. This white one. So let's see. So now you can see how this animation is looking. You can add text here or add the icon. This different colors. You can even create a transition by using these shapes. So let me show you how to do a like transition by using these shapes. This circle shape. I'm going to undo all the things. Then I have to remove all the keyframes by clicking on you on your keyboard. You saw the keyframes, then you have to remove it. So I'm going to add a keyframe right here. I will increase the size, then it will cover the background. You have to add a keyframe right here, another keyframe on this, and you have to make it 0. Let's see, make it 0. Let's make it easy ease a keyframe assistance. Easy ease graph editor. I want to make it like this. Let's hit preview and see. So I'm going to show you how you can make a transition by using this cycle. So I have to align it like this as we done in the last lesson. You can continue to duplicate these shapes if you want, but let me show you. You can see we have a blue ore. I'm going to change the color. Let's do white. Okay. On this red or this orange color. So let's hit preview. So now you can see we have transition with this circle shapes. This is how you can use a circle to make this transition. So let me show you how to use how to continue to work with this circle to make cool things. I'm going to undo all again. I want to show you how to do different things by using this cycle. So let me delete all the shapes. I will have to remain with one only, and let me scale it. I'm going to remove this keyframe and scale it down again like this. So then I have to increase the stroke. I need to add the color on the stroke. I have to increase the stroke like this. 47. A fill, I don't need fill. No fill. So you can see you have this stroke only. So in the, if you click on this icon drop down and content, you see ellipse. You have to click on ellipse, then on stroke. So you can see you have different, you can change the color of the stroke, you can give opacity, stroke width, you can continue to work with stroke width, you can make it a round cap or bullet joint. So I will show you how to this work. Then you can make it a dashes. You can see dashes. Let me click. If you want to add dashes, you have to click add, then you have to add dashes. You can see we have different dashes. Then you can continue to increase the size of dashes. You can see we have this dash, this different dash you can make. So you have this dash. You can make it small if you want, or you can make it like this. So let's make it a small like this. Then I'm going to animate these dashes. Add trim path as we did in the last lesson. You can add keyframe right here and add another keyframe here. then we made a animation. So you can see how working with shapes in After Effects it is easy. You can continue to do the practice and make perfect shapes. Or you can make this rotate. You can make this animation in different way. Let's delete this trim path and show you how to use how to make an animation in different way. So I'm going to add a keyframe on this rotation. Click rotation like this. Can rotate these shapes. It is not looking good, but you can continue to see what you can create with these shapes. So in the next video I'm going to be showing you how to create a shapes element by using a different shapes by using ellipse and a pen tool. So let's see you in the next lesson. Hi everyone, in this video I'm going to continue to see how we can animate different shapes. So let's hit preview and see what we're going to be creating. Let's hit preview. So I'm going to show you how to animate this zigzag shapes. So let me create a new composition. Let's hit OK. I'm going to bring the solid background we have used in the first one. Let's add this lock this background in order to not move. So I'm going to click on this pen tool, then I have to click once and another point here. So now you can see you have this zigzag. You can see you have this line. You don't have to add fill on this shape. You can add color on stroke only and hit a certain pixel. So I'm going to click drop down, add. If you go add, you can see you have a zigzag. You have to click on this zigzag. So now our line is zigzag. So let's so you can increase the size of this zigzag like this, or you can let's increase this zigzag. So on point you have to go from corner to smooth. Now you can see of this smooth zigzag. So after making this smooth zigzag, we are going to animate by using a trim path. I think you have learned how to use a trim path. It is easy to use it. So let's use trim path to animate this. I'm going to click on drop down trim path. So as you can see, I have a start and end. On end, it is right here. So let me add keyframe on end. On keyframe. Then here, let's add another keyframe by going 100%. So I'm going to go about here and add another keyframe on start. Then when we go on this frame, you have to increase 100%. So as you can see, there is nothing you can see here. Let me align this in good way. So if you want, you have to line it like this. So I'm going to select all this and make it easy ease, keyframe assistance, easy ease. Then I have to go on graph editor. You can see of this a speed graph. I'm going to make it like this. Take this one and take this handle and make it like this. So let's hit preview and see. You can see nothing because it is start and end is aligned on the same position. So I have to make this light like that. Then when you hit preview, you can see we have this animation. Let me hit preview again. So now you can see you have a cool zigzag animation. So this is how you can create this shape. So let me duplicate this. For time, you can continue to change the color. You can change the color. Let's go about blue. Hit OK. This one, let's use red. Then this one, you can do like this. So let's hit OK. So I'm going to hit P on all position, hit P, then I have to take this one. Let me continue to make it here. I'm going to select all, take this one, so I have selected all. It is not good. I have to select one and align it like this. By using these properties, you can align all these shapes like that. So let's hit preview and see how our shapes is looking. So now you can see it is looking good. This is how you can create this zigzag animation. So in the next video, I'm going to continue to see how we can do some cool animation with shapes. So I see you in the next video. Okay, everyone, welcome back. In this video, I'm going to learn how to create this shape element. You can see it is looking, it is good. So I'm going to create a new composition. So let's create a new composition. I have to click OK. So I'm going to add this blue background. I have to lock this background. Then you have to go on this shapes. You have to choose polygon. I'm going to draw polygon like this one. I have to align it right in the center like this. So I'm going to go on polygon, click a drop down on polygon path. So now you can see as you increase the points, you can create different shapes by increasing this point. So I'm going to choose this A3, then I can create the, have to rotate it like this. So I'm going to use a trim path to animate this too. Let me rotate it like this, right. So let's go on this shape. I'm going to add trim path. No, we don't have to use trim path on this shape. We are going to use a scale only. Let's use scale. So on this 2 seconds, I have to add a keyframe on scale. Another keyframe right here. Then you have to make it 0. So let's hit preview. So now you can see how it is coming. So I'm going to make it easy ease. Select all keyframe assistance, easy ease. In graph editor, you have to make it like this. So I'm going to, let's hit here to bring keyframes again. So on this time, I have to go on content, polygon, on stroke. Then on stroke, you have to find stroke. Where is stroke? a stroke width. So you can see you have a to come and add keyframe right here on stroke width on this second. Then when you go about 100%, we make it 0 stroke. So let's hit preview and see like this. So you can do the same to duplicate all these layers. Then you can change the colors. Let's change the colors. Let's change the colors. I'm going to make this white. Then you have to align all these shapes like this. So let's hit preview and see our shape. So as you can see, when this shape is coming, let me align it like this. So let's hit preview again. So now you can see how this shapes is looking. So it's because we have used a, I think I don't need, let's go on, I think I don't need this. This two keyframe, you have to click on it. Then on this graph editor, so I don't need to make the speed like this. You have to do the same on all other keyframes. Hit U to bring the keyframes. Graph editor. Like this. So let's hit preview and see. So this is how our shape is looking. This is how I made the shapes like the preview I showed you. So you can make this a pre-composition. Let's pre-compose this. Then you can increase the size if you want. Let's hit preview and see. Let's continue to increase the size. So you can, this is how you can make this a shape element. I think there is one shape I'm not seeing. I think you have not aligned this well. So let's hit preview again. So I see in other lesson. If I come back in this video, I'm going to talk about how to create a watermark. So I'm going to start by importing the video I'm going to be using. So let's click on this folder for the video. I'm going to import the video. It will be stored in this folder. So I'm going to click on File, Import File. Then you have to search. You have to go on the exercise file and choose this lower third and watermark. So then I have to choose this one. You have to import. Then I have to click the composition. To create the composition like this. So I'm going to, you can see this is the video I'm going to use. It is the video from stock. So I'm going to show you how you can add the watermark on video. So let's say like you want to add your website on your video. You can click on the text and type like, let's say like http://.com, http://.com. So I'm going to select the text. Then I have to reduce the size this text. For example, this is your website you want to show, so you can add the watermark in like on this place, or you can add it on the top. So you can add this is the best way to add the watermark. You can add on this side or on the top. So I'm going to click on T on keyboard to make the opacity like this. So let's hit preview. So now you can see we have watermark on this video. So this is how you can add a watermark in any video you have. For example, like head talking and any video you want to produce, you can add watermark. It is easy. There is no more technique. You can add it. It is just add your logo or your text you want to add, and you're done. So I see in the next lesson. So in the last video, I've learned how to add this watermark on your videos. So in this video, I'm going to learn how to create the lower third. You can use like social media on your social media. So we're going to be creating different lower third. So let's first start by creating a simple lower third for your name. So I'm going to select this rectangle on shapes. We need fill, stroke, we don't need it. So I'm going to don't need to select this. So I'm going to draw simple shape like this one, like this one. Then I have to move it around here, and here. So I'm going to let's hide this watermark. I'm going to scale this shape a little bit. So let's take this anchor point and put it in the center of this shape. So I'm going to write like let's call this guy is like William George. Then I have to take this text and drag it here. So I'm going to, now you can see of this lower third, it is not good. So I'm going to take this text and hit P for position. I have to add a keyframe right here on text to move it right here. Then I have to take this text and add it on the outside of this. So let's see. Let's make it easy keyframe assistance. Easy. Let's make it in the graph editor. Let's make it like this. So let's hit preview and see. So this shape, I'm going to hit T for opacity. Let's add a keyframe on 100%. Then when it goes here, we have to make it 0. So let's keep this close a little bit. So now you can see there is nothing if you hit. So let me take this text and put it here. So now you can see this text. If you don't want to see this text, you can let's make this let's pre-compose this to you have to make sure you have to click on this move or attribute into the new composition, then you have to click OK. So I'm going now, you can see I have this lower third coming, this text coming from outside of the composition, but you can see it. I don't need it to be like this. Just to put it right here. This guy is talking. What's that comes? So by selecting this composition, I have to come on the shape and click. So I'm going to draw something like this. You don't have to cover this shape. You have to come on this where you cannot see like this. Then on mask you have to go from add, you can see, to subtract. So let's hit preview. So now you can see we have a super cool lower third. It is easy to create this lower third. There is no hard thing. So you can create your own lower third and add your name on it. Then you can add it on your videos, on your social media, on your YouTube videos. So I hope you like this video. So I see you in the next video. So in the last video I've learned how to create this simple lower third like this one. So in this video I'm going to show you how you can add the lower third like social media icons and text like Twitter and handle. So let's I'm going to add this pre-composition. You cannot see it. Then I have to even move this. So I'm going to import the icon file, this Twitter icon, import. Then I have to drag this icon in the composition like this. I'm going to scale it down right here. Going to continue to scale it like this. So then I'm going to animate it. I have to click on scale. I'm going to add T. Now I'm going to add the keyframe right here, scale keyframe. And I'm going to I have to take this keyframe and put it here. Then I have to take this handle and make it 0 like this. When it comes here, it's scale. So I'm going to keep it this close. I have to select all this keyframe and make it easy keyframe assistance easy. Then I have to go on the graph editor. I'm going to edit a value graph. I have to take this handle and make it like this. So let's hit preview and see. So now you can see it is looking. You have to continue to keep this close a little bit like this. So once it goes here, you can add text. So let's add text like at Chipotle, my Twitter at Chipotle. So I'm going to change the font I'm using right now. Let's use another font like this one. This one is good. Let's increase the size of the text. Like this. I have to drag it right here. Then I'm going to edit the text to make it, and you can see in Animate you have to add the position. So now you have added position on the length sector one. So I'm going to add the opacity on property, add property opacity. So let's make this opacity 0 like this. Then text it have to be right here. So let's go on length selector and animate it like this. So I'm going to add the keyframe right here. Then you have to go about 0. Let's make it easy ease, keyframe assistance, easy ease. So in graph editor you have to edit a speed graph like this. So let's hit preview and see. So I think this icon is big, so I have to reduce the size of this. Twitter icon. Let's hit scale. When it goes on 24, I have to scale it down right here. So let's take this text and see. Have to continue to scale it a bit. So let's hit preview and see. So now it's good. So I'm going to pre-compose this Twitter icon and text. I have to make pre-composition. So let's call it a social media lower third. You have to click OK. So I'm going to bring back all this stock footage. Then you have to take this thing and put it right here. I noticed that I have not changed this font, so let me go to change this font. Click. Let's make it this one. I think the color must be white. I don't need any stroke. So let's go and see. So because you have made this a pre-composition, you can scale it. You can scale down this composition to make this lower third small. Let's make it small like this. Then you can add it right here. So let's put this lower third on this side. So let's hit preview and see. This person is talking. The social media now it is coming. So this is how you can make the social media lower third, like your social media account. You can make a Instagram lower third. You can change this icon into the one you want. So I hope you like this video. I see in the next one. So now you can see I'm in Premiere Pro, I'm not in After Effects. The thing I want to show you is how to use a After Effects and Premiere Pro together. If you already use a Adobe product like Premiere Pro, Photoshop, and Illustrator, there is something called a dynamic link. So it's the way you can come and edit something in Premiere Pro, and if you want to continue to edit in the After Effects, you can go and edit it in After Effects. So this is why Adobe After Effects and Premiere Pro I like to use it, is because you can, if you want like to add some motion graphic in this video, for example, you can see it is this playing video that you can edit in the After Effects. If you want, you have to come and select all these files and let's click on your mouse. You have to come and search for replace with After Effects composition right here. So if you click on this replace with After Effects composition, the video it will be imported in After Effects with a composition, so you can edit what you edit in After Effects. If you come here in Premiere Pro, you will see the change. So, or you can, if you want to edit, like if you use like Adobe Audition, you can edit sound in Audition, then when you come back on this Premiere Pro, you see your audio is already edited. So I'm going to show you how to replace with After Effects. Then it is the same by using Adobe Audition and other Adobe products. So you have to click on this replace with After Effects composition. Now if you come in After Effects, you see this telling you that you want to save this project. Let's save it. Then you have to wait. It can take some time. So now you can see the video was editing in the Premiere Pro, now is being edited in After Effects. So you can add some motion graphics, like some crazy transition in this video. Then after, if you go on After Effects, if you go in Premiere Pro, you will find the video is edited with that transition. So let's try something to put a watermark right here to see. I'm going to type something like stipulate.com. I have to select the text, then I have to increase the size of this text. Then I have to save. So it can take a time to render, but if you can see it is linked with dynamic link. If you edit in After Effects, it will be show up in Premiere Pro. So I want to show you how you can use a dynamic link and Premiere Pro. So in the next video, I'm going to be showing you. You are going to be learning how to use Illustrator, and you see many practice, like if I have something in After Effects that has been edited in Illustrator, you will see if I change it in Illustrator, you will see the changes in After Effects. So I see you in the next lessons.